Alright guys, we have our Carnival SSJ4 Goku showcase, but can we just take a moment to appreciate how good Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku looks in his card art. I did only manage to pull one. He is 55%, level 1 links. He's starting the turn with 452k attack stat, 236k defense. But let's not forget, for 4 turns from entry, so starting from now, he has a 70% chance to dodge and guaranteed guard. And then once those 4 turns are up, by the time he comes back on turn 5, that's when you can transform into a Great Ape with his active. Unless you get your HP down to 70% or less, then you can do it quicker. So he is going to be raising attack and defense by both 50% on 18 and 12 key super attack, so SA effects are still the same. 17.3 million attack stat. Love the Kamehameha animation for his 18 key. 2 dodges have been pulled out as well. And one thing I want to mention is, it's kind of crazy how we've just seamlessly transitioned into above 200% leads. LRSSJ3 GT Goku right now is leading Giant Ape Power with Key plus 4, HP attack and defense plus 220%. That on a dual lead is crazy. While the lead is obviously very good as a flat 220% lead, unfortunately right now, Giant Ape Power isn't in the best of spots. It will get a bit better during this celebration, but the only 2 units on this category who are more than likely going to get easy A's, one is LR Great Ape Vegeta, who, while could easily be very good, I'm not sure how likely it is for you to run him on this team. It depends what they do with his kit. The other unit obviously being the LRSSJ4s from year 7. And while I have no doubt they're going to be amazing, they're not quite out yet. So we kind of have to wait for their easy A's to drop. But even with the 2 of those, the team's still missing something. You know, in full power SSJ4 Goku is nowhere near as good as he was on release. You know, we need easy A's for the GT Super Saiyans. In SSJ4 Goku, the potential is there, and of course, with us being in 2025, they could easily drop some new Giant Ape Power units that can fit nicely onto the category. As of right now, the category's not where it needs to be for you to be running Goku's 220% lead and a friend. So right now, we're just kind of firming it through. So he does start with Key plus 3, attack and defense plus 200%. He does also a 50% chance to crit, and does receive an additional Key plus 2 per AGL key sphere obtained, and an extra Key plus 1 per non-AGL key sphere obtained. So no matter where you run SSJ3 GT Goku, he's never going to struggle for key, ever. Another 17.3, again, I love this 18 key animation. It looks so good. Big crit as well, more dodge. 26 damage on a normal, kind of to be expected. And that support he provides, the Power Beyond the Super Saiyan category allies have 50% defense. That's a good chunk of support. That's a good amount of defense to be given to the likes of, eventually, Easy A LRSSJ4 Goku, potentially LR Great Ape Vegeta. It's good amount of defense. And then for every 3 key he gets when attacking, he does get 30% attack and defense, which, I'm not going to lie, it's very easy to get 6 keys. So for the majority of the time, probably on average, you're going to be getting an extra 60% attack and defense. Only if you're unlucky with orb placement. So I see you getting the bog standard 30%. And then if you do get his key to 24, you'll perform a guaranteed crit. Now the friend's ready to transform, but this isn't about the friend one. This is about my one. So we're going to ignore that. Sorry. My one takes priority. My one takes the spotlight. We're going to transform my one into a Great Ape. And this is probably the only time in Dokkan where I've ever liked Great Ape transformations and wanted Great Ape transformations. Because it only lasts 1 turn. And even then, his Great Ape transformation looks amazing. The new sprite looks amazing. And not only that, he actually does good damage. As I said, Great Apes have never looked so good. Like, look how good the sprite looks. And I'm someone who's never liked Great Ape transformations or Giant Form transformations. But look at his attack stat, and we ain't even picked up Ki. Over 13 million already. So we have, while only be at 1 turn, which is a good thing, so we can quickly transform into Super Saiyan 4. But we pretty much have 1 free turn of doing some pretty solid damage to enemies' HP bars. Because we're getting 100% attack on Super, 300% attack at start of turn, additional Ki +2 per keys for obtained, guaranteed crit. And as I said, we're only in Great Ape for 1 turn, and Goku will transform into Super Saiyan 4. And the way a Great Ape transformations work, or Giant Form transformations work, is we're going to transform back in, or into Super Saiyan 4 Goku straight after this. But it's pretty much just a free turn of solid damage, especially with guaranteed crit. The only thing that would make this better, which with, of course, dupes and skill orbs is going to happen, is additionals. And there he is, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So you kind of actually get an extra turn. So the Giant Ape will come out, you'll do your free 1 turn damage, and then you're going to Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So you basically get an extra turn, and then you're straight into Super Saiyan 4. So now that he is here in all his gloriousness, he does raise attack and defense by only 20% on both 12 and 18 Ki. I thought it was 30. There's only 20. Damn, that's a bit low. On 18 Ki, who will raise allies' attack and defense by 44% for 2 turns. Unfortunately, in this case, stealth is excluded. He is starting with a 452k attack stat, 249k defense. The only link we're missing is prepared for battle. And because there's no attacks in slot 2, I'm going to take the advantage and let AGL SSJ4s stay in base. So he does now start with Ki +4, attack and defense +200%, 22 million attack stat. That shot is so clean, I love it. Also receives an additional Ki +2 per key sphere obtained. On top of that, does give Power Beyond a Super Saiyan and also now Giant 8 Power category allies 70% defense, so a whole load of defense. And on top of that, 10% damage reduction. Goku does also have guaranteed guard now permanently. And then for 4 turns from entry, so starting from now, does have guaranteed crit. So he's going to be doing some good damage no matter where you have him in the potential system with that guaranteed crit. And then when attacking, he gets 100% attack and defense. And then for every 4 Ki, he will gain 44% attack and defense. So again, I think majority of the time, you're only really ever going to get the 44%. And then on the odd occasion, probably get like 8 Ki to take it up to 88%. And then when attacking with 24 Ki, he does launch a guaranteed additional, which is very nice, especially with him only getting 20% attack and defense on Super. Goku does also recover 44% HP when your HP hits 44%. So a nice ton of healing he can give you if things do get a bit techie, which it might do here. And then for every attack performed and also every attack received, Goku will gain Ki +1 and 20% crit chance. So at one point, even after that 4 turn of guaranteed crit runs out, Goku can actually build guaranteed crit back up himself, which is pretty crazy. So from what I'm seeing from this Goku, even in base, solid defensively, good support. It's a shame he doesn't keep the dodge or get the dodge back in some sense in Super Saiyan 4 and only has it in base or in Super Saiyan 3. But essentially the Super Saiyan 4 form is pretty much a stronger version of the SSJ3 before they transforms, which is a very good, very strong unit. And not only that, his 220% lead, still kind of crazy that I'm saying that, will only get better, 27.8 mil. We got SSJ4 Gogeta out. Also with guaranteed crit, don't forget. But his team and also this lineup will also get better once the Year 7 LRs do get their easy A's. And you can run the Year 7 LR SSJ4s next to him. And then not only that, as I said, the only downside to him one of his biggest faults, which isn't even his fault, is his lead. It's just because Giant 8 Power it needs a bit of a pick-me-up. And we are going to kind of get that very soon during the anniversary, but it does need a bit more. But we're in January. We're about to be in February. There is almost the entire year for Giant 8 Power to get more Easy A's, which they're definitely on the cards, but more importantly, some new units as well. So that is the only qualm I have with his kit. But he's a very, very strong unit. I said his category will only get better. His lineup will only get better once the Easy A's do drop. He's a very strong unit. And honestly, I'm just happy we finally have a transforming GT Goku into SSJ4 Goku in the game. Like, I've been waiting for one for so long, and we finally have one. And his animations look great. Very strong unit. Very good. And I can't wait to see how much better his category can get when there's more units, when there's more Easy A's, and potentially super Easy A's. But I do like him. I like him a lot. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great day, and peace.